What if your greatest setback could become your greatest testimony? Throughout this week, we've traveled through storms, suffering, disappointment, and discouragement. We've stood in the boat with terrified disciples as waves crashed around them. We've pushed through the crowd with a suffering woman who reached out to Jesus in faith. We've sat in ashes beside Job as he lost everything but refused to let go of God. We've walked the road to Emmaus with disciples who thought all hope was gone. And we've stood before Jesus in that beautiful vision that reminded us to keep our eyes fixed on Him. What lesson ties all these stories together? One simple truth: God never abandons His people. Not in the storm, not in the sickness, not in the disappointment, not in the confusion, not in the setback. Sometimes life has a way of shaking our faith. A health crisis, financial hardship, a broken relationship, the death of someone we love. In moments like these, we often ask, God, where are you? But perhaps the better question is, Lord, what are you teaching me? This week's lesson challenges us to examine our picture of God. Has suffering caused us to see God as distant? Has disappointment caused us to question His love? Or has it drawn us closer to Him? Jesus reminds us, the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it more abundantly. The enemy wants your setback to destroy your faith. God wants your setback to strengthen it. That's the difference. When was the last time I prayed for God's voice to be louder than every other voice in my life? Because every day we're surrounded by fear, doubt, and discouragement, but God is still speaking. Perhaps your faith feels weak today. If so, remember the desperate father's prayer. Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. God isn't looking for perfect faith. He's looking for surrendered faith. Faith willing to trust Him one step at a time. And remember this powerful promise: my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Now let me share an incredible real-life example. A young man named Zeth was baptized in Indonesia. He wanted all 7 of his siblings and their families to know Jesus. Zeth called it a mission. Together with his wife, he began praying every day. One by one, family members gave their lives to Christ. 13 people were baptized, then 5 more. When COVID ended his work as a literature evangelist, another setback appeared. But instead of becoming discouraged, he saw an opportunity. He became a volunteer Bible worker. Every day they visited families on a motorcycle with their 2 small children. When people asked, "What's an Adventist?" he would answer, "Someone who worships on the Sabbath." That simple conversation opened doors for Bible studies. Lives were transformed. Zeth shows us, setbacks don't have to stop God's mission. Life may change, circumstances may change, people may change, but God never changes. So whatever setback you may be facing today, remember, your story isn't over. The God who carried the disciples through the storm is walking beside you right now. Trust Him, keep your eyes on Him, and one day every setback will be replaced by eternal victory. Share your answer in the comments below, and remember, the setback is temporary. God's love is eternal.